This conference will now be recorded.
So now we'll see the concept of SOSL queries. So what exactly the SOSL query and what is the use? How can we prepare SOSL queries in Apex programming? How many types of SOSL queries are available in Salesforce? How to search for the records in multiple objects in one shot. Now let's see practical. So that you know that SOSL stands for Salesforce Object Search Language. SOSL stands for Salesforce Object Search Language. So what is this Salesforce Object Search Language? For example, I have so many Salesforce objects are available inside my organization. Like I'm having campaign, lead, account, contact, opportunity, case, solution, my custom objects, so many objects are available. Now I'm searching for a particular keyword test. I'm searching for a particular keyword test. Then where is this a keyword is available? In which records it is available, I want to find out. That means whatever the records in which this test keyword has been used, I want to collect all the records here. Generally, by using the SOSL keyword query, we can able to search for some content. Then what we have to do, we have to specify select statement and the columns information from object name, like as some account. That means we can able to search for this content test in this account object only. But my requirement is I want to search for this content in multiple objects. Like I want to search inside this account object, in contact object, in lead object, in case object, in my position object here. In all these objects, I want to search. So in this case, what happened? I want to search for this keyword test in multiple objects. So then how can we do this? For this reason, whenever if you want to search for a particular content in multiple objects in Salesforce, then we can use the help of SOSL queries. SOSL keyword query will be used to search for the content only in one object at a time, not multiple. Suppose if you want to search in contact object also, then we have to write one more SOSL query. But the lead object searching one more SOSL query like that depends upon the number of objects you would like to search. Those many number of SOSL queries we have to use. But it is going to be causing some performance issues. So to avoid such kind of problems, we are using a feature called as SOSL, Salesforce Object Search Language. By using this Salesforce Object Search Language, we can search for the content in multiple objects. How many objects? Maximum 20 objects we can search in one shot. In one shot, we can search for this content in maximum of 20 objects in one shot by using single SOSL query. By using one single SOSL query, we can search for the required content in maximum of 20 objects in one shot. That facility is available in Salesforce. So in this case, in which column we can search? Generally, if you want to use SOSL keyword query to search for the content, then we have to specify. So now we are indicating like as a where, like as some column name like so and so keyword. Name like test percentage. We are using like this. That means we are searching for this content in name column only. But I don't know in which column this test keyword has been used. This test keyword has been used in name column or rating column, industry column, address column. I don't know where it has been used. So I want to search in all the columns also. Not only in the name column, I want to search in all the columns also. At that time, we are using the help of SOSL query. So SOSL query is going to be searching for the content in all the columns of the specified objects. It will search for the content in all the columns inside those specified objects. So that possibility is available to you. So whenever if you want to search for the content, then we are going to using the help of this SOSL query. So SOSL query will allow us to search for the required content in multiple objects in Salesforce in one shot. That how many objects we can search? We can search in maximum of 20 objects in one shot with all the columns inside those objects. What are the 20 objects are there? In these 20 objects, we can search in all the columns also. That possibility is available. Okay, now. So now here in this case, when coming to that SOSL query, SOSL query is used to search for the required content in multiple objects in one shot by referencing all the columns. So by referencing all the columns. Now, so now here in this case, so when coming to the SOSL query, how to prepare this SOSL query? SOSL query should be prepared with the help of find statement. By using that find statement, we are preparing this SOSL query. Generally, SOSL query should be prepared by using select statement, but SOSL query should be prepared by using find keyword. Okay, by using this find keyword, we can able to use this SOSL queries. Now, so now here in this case, here how can we prepare this SOSL query? What is the syntax? Okay, now let me explain over here. So now here we are preparing this SOSL query. This is the syntax. The syntax is we can specify the keyword find. We can specify the search keyword. Okay, search text star. Okay, I would like to search for this content here. It may be test keyword, apex keyword, whatever, anything, whatever you want. We can specify that. Find this particular keyword star where you want to search inside my objects here. Okay, inside my objects. Specify the object names. Like as I want to search in account object, contact object, lead object, case object, my position object, my candidate object. In all these objects, I want to search for this content here. So now in which columns you want to search? In all the fields, so that we can specify here option called as in all fields. Okay, so now find specified content in all fields. Okay, in all fields. So now here, whenever we are going to be searching for the content by using this SOSL query, we have to use that, okay, the find keyword. By using this find keyword, we can able to prepare this SOSL query, and then we can specify the search content. Okay, we can search for the specific search content and then indicate that in all fields. That means I want to search for this content in all the fields over here. Now, so now here in this case, so now we have to specify find the specified content. Okay, find the specified content in all the fields. I want to search for this content in all the fields. So we have to specify the object name over here. Okay, we have to specify our object name. So in this case here, I'm searching for this particular content in this all the fields of this object. Suppose if this keyword has been found in any of this particular column here, then please I want to return that record here. For that one, I'm using the keyword returning. Returning means what? Please return that particular records here. Suppose if this particular keyword has been found in this particular account record in any of the column, return that record. So upon returning that record, what columns you want me to return? We can specify the column. Like as some column 1, comma column 2, comma column 3. Like that here, you can specify the column. Okay. So now in this case, it will search in all the columns. It will search in all the columns over here. So now whenever this particular keyword has been found in any of the column in this account records, then return that record with this columns information. Remaining columns I don't want. Like the similar way. Now search for this content in contact object also over here. Okay, contact object also in any of that column in the contact records. If this keyword has been found, return the contact records with this columns information. Then Search for the same keyword in lead object also. If any of the lead record contains this column field, to search a text, then return that columns, okay, with this column names. Like the similar way, we can specify that case also. I want to search in the case. I want to search in the position object also. I want to search in the candidate object also. That means what? I would like to search for this particular keyword in all the fields. Okay, I want to search for this keyword in all the fields. In which objects? In these objects here. Up to how many objects we can specify? Up to maximum of 20 objects. Up to maximum of 20 objects we can specify here. So now we can specify this keyword. Okay, we can search for this keyword in maximum of 20 objects in one shot by using this SOSL code. Okay, now. So we can specify this one. This is, for example, this is some object one. Object one. And this is some object two. Search inside this object two. Search inside this object three. Like that, here we can able to specify in maximum of 20 objects. Object 20, we can specify this columns information also. This is the limitation given by Salesforce. Okay. Now, by using this SOSL query, we can search for a particular content in maximum of 20 objects in Salesforce in one shot. So which will be referencing in all the fields, not only in some specific columns, it will be searching for this content in all the fields inside your object. Now, so now here in this case, how can we prepare this SOSL query? So what are the various limitations has been given by Salesforce? Now let's come to the governance. Governance. The first limitation. Upon using this SOSL query, so now we can use a maximum of 20 SOSL queries per transaction. If it is a SOQL queries per transaction, how many? 100. If it is a DML statements, how many per transaction? 150. If it is SOSL, 24. So now we can have maximum of 20 SOSL queries. We can have maximum of 20 SOSL queries per transaction. Now, we can use maximum of 20 SOSL queries in a single transaction. We cannot note down that. So by using this SOSL query, how many records we can return? Each SOSL query can return. Each SOSL query can return maximum of 2,000 records. SOQL query returns how many? 50,000. SOSL query can return maximum 2,000, not more than that. That is the limitation. By using a single SOSL query, in how many objects we can search for these records? We can search in maximum of 20 objects. Each SOSL query can search for the content in maximum of 20 objects. Okay, each SOSL query can return, we can able to search for the content in maximum of 20 objects, not more than that. Now, one more most important point over here. What are the records collected through SOSL query? On those records, we can't perform any DML operations. DML operations can't be applicable. On the SOSL query returned records. What are the records has been written by SOSL query? On those records, we can't perform any DML operations directly. Generally, through SOQL query, we are fetching the records, we are storing inside the collection, we are performing some DML operation like as update, delete, all these things. But what are the records you have searched by using this SOSL query? On those records, you can't perform any DML operations on this one. So DML operations have been prevented on the SOSL query returned records. Now, these are few governor limits are available as part of your SOSL queries inside your Salesforce instance. Now, so when coming to that SOSL queries, So when coming to the SOSL queries, we have two types of SOSL queries. Like as usual, like as your SO cable itself, same concept. In SO cable also we have two types of SO cable queries, static, dynamic. Here also same, static SOSL queries, dynamic SOSL queries. Same concept is available. Now, so we have two types of SOSL queries. First one is static SOSL queries. Second one, dynamic SOSL queries. Static SOSL and the second one, dynamic SOSL queries. Now, so now here in this case, we have two types of SOSL queries are available in Salesforce. First one is static SOSL queries. Second one, dynamic SOSL queries. Okay, we have static SOSL and we have dynamic SOSL. So what do you mean by static SOSL? Same concept here also. Static SOSL in the sense whatever the SOSL query we have prepared, that SOSL query should be enclosed in that square braces. Okay. Whatever the static SOSL query, that whatever the SOSL query you have prepared, that SOSL query should be enclosed in that square braces. These are called as static SOSL. Like as the static SOSL, similar concept. But whenever we are going to be preparing the static SOSL queries, we no need to execute this static SOSL query manually. That will be executing automatically over here. Okay, whatever the static SOSL queries we have prepared, those will be executing automatically by itself. Now, static SOSL queries will be executed automatically by default. We no need to execute this one, it will be executing automatically. Now, static SO cable query should be always enclosed. Okay, always enclosed inside the square braces. Inside the square braces, we can able to enclose this. Now, whenever we are going to be preparing the static SOSL query, it will be executing automatically. Then what it returns? It is returning the result in the form of list of yes object. Okay, list of yes object. So now in this case here, now always static SOSL queries will return the result in the form of list of yes object. Always static SOSL query should be written the result in the form of list of yes object. Now the syntax is we have to specify list of yes object. We can specify the object name equals to, we can able to collect that, we can specify that SOSL query. So this is the way. Static SOSL queries should be always enclosed inside that square braces. And we no need to execute that static SOSL query manually by our own. That will be executing automatically by its own itself. And then whenever it is executing that SOSL query, it is returning the result in the form of list of yes object. This is the functionality of static SOSL query. Now, the second, dynamic SOSL query. What is this dynamic SOSL query? For this dynamic SOSL query, what are the search keyword is available? This keyword we can pass the dynamically. We can pass this keyword dynamically at runtime. We can pass this search keyword dynamically at runtime. That facility is available over here. Now, in this case, we can pass the search keyword to the SOSL query dynamically at runtime. We can pass the search keyword to the SOSL query dynamically at runtime. That possibility is available. So in this case, whenever I'm preparing this dynamic SOSL query should be always stored inside that single quote. That means it has to store inside a string variable. Dynamic SOSL query should be always stored inside the string variable. Okay, dynamic SOSL query should be always stored inside the string variable. Now, so we have to specify string SOSL query. We have to specify that SOSL query over here. Okay, we have to prepare the SOSL query here. Now we can able to specify this. Now you like indicate that search query. For example, I'm defining a variable over here. In that variable, I'm storing that SOSL query. This SOSL query should be always enclosed in that string variable. So the single quote. That means here that should be in the form of string variable. Once the query has been getting placed inside that string variable, then we can able to execute this SOSL query manually. If it is a static SOSL, it will be executing automatically by its own. But for the dynamic SOSL, we need to execute manually. How can we do that? Now let's see practically in this. Dynamic SOSL query, okay, we need to invoke manually by our own. Then how can we execute it? So we need to execute the dynamic SOSL query by using search method, search class. So we have a class called as search class. In that class, we are having a method called as query method. By using that search query method. So now here, database SOSL queries will be executing by using database that query method. So SOSL query should be executing by using search.query. By using this search.query method, we can able to execute that dynamic SOSL queries also. That facility is available to you over here. Okay. Now, so now here in this case, with the help of this data search.query method, we can able to execute that dynamic SOSL query. But in this case here, it is also returning that result in the form of list of test object. It will return the results in the form of list of test object. It returns the result in the form of list of test object. Now, so in this case here, how can we do that? Now syntax. Now we are going to use this search.query. You can specify that search query, and then you can store the result in the form of list of test object. You can specify the object name. Okay, we can specify the object name. So these are the two types of SOSL queries are available. First one, static SOSL query. So which should be enclosed inside that square braces, which will be executing automatically, and which returns the result in the form of list of S object. And the second one, dynamic SOSL query, where SOSL query has to be stored inside a string variable. Once a query has been stored inside the string variable, then we can execute it manually with the help of search.query method, which returns the result in the form of list of S object. That means either it may be a static SOSL or dynamic SOSL. Both will be returning the result in the form of list of S object. But the difference is static SOSL, we no need to execute manually, but dynamic SOSL query, we have to execute manually by using search.query. If it is a dynamic SOQL, we are using database.query method, but here we are using search.query. That is the difference. Both will be returning the result in the form of list of subject up to maximum of 2000 records. Then how can we prepare this SOSL queries? Now let's see it practically in this case. Now, so in this case here, let me show you practically over here. How can we use this dynamic SOSL query in order to search for the content I want to represent the records on my Visual Force page? How can we do that? Now let's see practically in this case. Now, some are using the small use case. Design a Visual Force page to search for the specified content in multiple objects and will represent and represent the records in the table of contents. In the table of contents. So whatever the records has been returned, whatever the records we have collected, those records I want to display in the table of contents. I want to design a Visual Force page in order to search for the specified content in multiple objects. That means I want to search in account object, lead object, contact object, and then I want to search in my position object also. And then whatever the records has been collected, then I want to display those records inside my Visual Force page. Then how can we do that? Now let's see. I'm indicating the notepad. Search for the content in account, contact, lead, and position objects. Search for this content in these 4 objects. Then how can we do that? Now let's see practically in this case. Yeah. So now I want to design the user interface like this. I would like to have a Visual Force page This is my Visual Force page I would like to have. So inside this page, I would like to have a search text box. Enter the search text. Enter the search text. I'm placing a text box over. I'm placing a button control also. That is called as search. So now here I'm indicating this. This is the search text box. And then I would like to enter some content inside this, and then I want to represent the result, okay, inside my table or format. Whatever the result has been returned, I want to display that result in the form of a table or format. So whenever I'm going to be entering some content like some text, when I click on search, it has to search for these records in the table or format. So it is searching for the content in account object also. Those records it has to display, okay, inside this account table. It has to display those records in the account table. It will be having some columns. Account name column, rating column, industry column, annual revenue column, phone column, and the fax column. These are the columns in which it has to search the data. Now, I want to show these account records, okay, inside this table. What are the matching account records are available? I want to show that. And then, what are the matching contacts are available? I want to show those matching contacts over here. What are the matching positions are available? I want to show those records over here. Like that. That means what? Whenever I'm going to be entering some character test, with these characters, whatever the account records are available inside my account object, those records I want to show inside this table, and the contact records I want to show in this table, and the matching lead records I want to show in this table, matching position records I want to show in the different table. So that totally 4 page black tables I would like to design. In these 4 page black tables, I would like to show those records, the matching records I want to represent. Then how to do that? Now let's see practically. This is what I'm expecting the user interface. Now, how can we search for this content? Now let's see practically in this case. Now let's see. So let me design a user interface. I'm creating a Visual Force page. Apex search records page. I'm indicating global search records page. Global search records page. I'm designing a page with the name, okay, global search records page. Click on this link, it will be creating a new page for you. Now. So now write the default code over there. By default, it is indicating that code. So now here I'm going to be erasing this. Now, I'm specifying the default properties. Setup equals to false. Sidebar equals to false. Show header equals to true. Tab style equals to customer object tab style. And I'm indicating that section header. Title equals to search. Subtitle equals to global search. I'm indicating the font. Now I'm indicating the page block. Title equals to global search block. Apex page block section. Title equals to search records. I'm indicating the number of columns as 2 and the collapsible option equals to false. I don't want the collapsible option. I'm placing a text box. For that one, to receive that input value, I'm placing one text box. Input text, label equals to enter. Okay, enter such text. HTML placeholder. I'm indicating enter such text. I'm placing the button control. Command button value equals to search records. So now here I'm placing one search text button over text box over here to enter the search characters, and then I'm placing the button control. Now I would like to display the results. Whatever the matching account records are available, I want to show inside a separate page block table. Matching lead records in a separate table. Matching contact records in a separate table. Matching position records in a separate table. I want to show. For that one, I would like to have the 4 page blocks. I would like to design 4 page blocks. Apex page block. Or else you can use a single page block also by placing the different sections, whatever you want. Depends upon your requirement. I'm having this of 4 page blocks over here. Title equals to matching records. I want to show the count also. How many matching records have been written? Like the similar way. I want to prepare the matching contacts. And then, like the similar way, I want to prepare the matching leads. And I want to prepare the matching positions. Matching positions. So I'm having this a 4 page block tables are available. Okay, matching accounts, matching contacts, leads, and the positions. Now, I would like to prepare the SOSL query first. Then how to prepare this SOSL query by using this find keyword. With the help of this find keyword, we need to prepare this SOSL query here. In that SOSL query, we have to place the text. Suppose, for example, if I'm giving the character some text, then these characters I want to embed inside my query. Inside my query, in this place, I want to embed that content here. How can we embed? First of all, we have to collect that characters into your Apex program. So, whatever the value we have entered inside my text box, I want to collect that value inside my variable here. For that one, I'm going to be using the controller class. I'm using a controller. I'm giving the controller class name as, okay, now the global search records controller. I'm preparing a controller class. So inside this controller class, I'm defining a variable because to store the search text, whatever the search text is available, I'm storing inside this public string search text get insert. Search text get insert. Now this is search text variable I want to map with my text box because whatever the characters you have entered in the text box, that values has to store inside my variable. So I'm mapping this one with the help of the property called as value property. Inside my text box, I'm having this value property, so I'm indicating this. So this is the variable in which please store this value. Whatever the value we have entered inside this text box, please store this value inside this variable. Once the value is available inside this variable, then we can able to search for the content also over here. Now, then how can we search for this particular content over here? So now here in this case, let's I'm preparing a method public void search records. Okay, public void search records. So I'm preparing a method with the name search records. Here I would like to prepare this content. Here I would like to prepare that query. So what are the keyword, what are the characters you have entered inside my search text box? If this character is not empty, that means I'm verifying this content here. If the search text is not equals to null and search text not equals to empty, then I would like to search for the content over here. How can we prepare that SOSL query? Now let me show you here. So I would like to prepare this SOSL query dynamically at runtime based on this search text which the user has entered. So what are the characters the user has entered? Based on that characters, I would like to prepare that SOSL query here. So now here in this case, I would like to collect that characters over here. Now, so I would like to collect that characters here. Now based on these characters, I would like to prepare that SOSL query. So here I'm going to storing that SOSL query inside the string variable. String search query equals to. First of all, what we need to specify, we have to specify the query like this. First one, we have to use the keyword find. So that I'm indicating that find space. And then after that, what we need to do, we need to specify that a single quote here. Okay, single quote. For that one, we have to specify backslash and the single quote. Backslash and single quote is representing this is a single quotation here. It will place a single quote. After that, we have to specify that search text. This is the search text. This is available inside my variable here. So I'm indicating this. And then after that, we have what we are having that star. That means all. That means after these characters, whatever the characters are available, please collect. Nothing but a number of characters also. And then it is having that single quote again here. Single quote has been ended. That means what? Find, find single quote, search text value at star and then single quote. That means single quote has been ended. And then after that, remaining content will be the same, no change at all. Okay, in all fields returning. Here I'm indicating that now. In all fields return. In all fields return. Then after that. So after that, what needs to be done? That means I'm searching for the content in what objects here? I'm searching for an account object. If this particular keyword has been found in any of this account record, then please return the record with ID column, name column, rating, industry, annual revenue, and the phone column, tax column, type column, and then ownership column, and the active status column. These are the columns here. Please return that record with these columns. Remaining columns I don't want. Comma. Plus, I want to search for this content in another object also. What is that object name here? That is contact. In the contact object also I want to search. Whenever I'm searching for this content in this contact object in all the fields, if any of the record is matching with these conditions, then it will be returning that contact record to me here. Okay, it should return that contact record with these columns. It should return the account ID, contact ID, and the first name value, last name value, email, title, phone, fax, and the mailing city, mailing state, mailing country. These are the columns it has to return. After that, I want to search for this content, inside this lead object also. Okay, lead object also. So that I would like to search for the content in lead object as well. Search for the content in the lead object. I'm going to be returning that record with these columns: email, title, phone, fax, rating, status, industry, annual revenue. Comma. And then plus. I'm searching for this content in a position object also. So that search inside the position record. So now we can able to see that. So position record ID, name of the position, location of the position record, and then I would like to specify the HR contact number, and then position status, and then I would like to indicate the maximum budget, and then milestone date. Please return this columns information. Now, these are the columns in which I would like to return this record here. That means it is not searching only in this column, it will search in all the columns. That's what here I have indicated, that in all fields. Please search for this content in all the fields inside this particular objects. So whenever if this particular keyword has been found in any of this record in the account object, then return that record with this columns information. Whatever the account record is available, return that account record with this columns information. So for that one, we're indicating, because this record may be having so many columns, but all the columns may not be required for us. So, but I want to display only some specific columns information. For that one, we are going to be indicating this. Now I'm indicating maximum budget, milestone. Now, so these are the columns in which we would like to search. So whenever I'm going to preparing this SOSL query, then how can we execute? So in order to execute this SOSL query, we are going to be using a class that is called as search.query method. Inside that, we have to specify search query. I'm giving that return type. What is the return type of this SOSL query? List of yes object. LST. The records are available over here. Records will be available inside this list of yes object. So whatever the records have been getting collected, okay, from the account object also, contact also, lead also, position also, it is storing inside a collection with the name LST records, which will be storing the result in the form of list of yes object. Now, so now here in this case, here what it will do? Okay, in this case, what it will do?
Excuse me, Firoz.
Yes.
Can you explain that first line find statement again once? In string search query, that find statement.
Now, so in this case, we are going to be preparing that SOSL query with the help of this find statement. We can specify that find a keyword, and then after that, what we need to specify a single quote. To specify the single quote, we are using that / single quote, because directly if I'm indicating single quote, it won't accept. So now we have to give that escape sequence and then single quote. So now this combination both will be treated as single quote here. So this is a character we are enclosing in that single quote again. And then after that, we have to specify the search text. This is the search text variable in which the content is available. And then star. Okay, you know this one. Okay, star. And then after that, you will be having the single quote again, so that I'm indicating single quote. After that, you will be having the remaining content as it is in all fields, okay, returning. And the remaining content will be the same as it is, one by one I have added over here. So once the whole query has been getting prepared, now we are going to be executing this SOSL query with the help of search.query method. Now, so in this case, what it will do, this is the return type will be list of yes object. That means what it is having the outer list, it is having the inner list. So now, for example, it is returning some 2 records over here, 2 account records it is returning. those will be storing in the form of what? A list collection that will be storing as an element inside my outer list. So the inside this listic collection is storing one more list. That you know that listic collection supports, okay, listic collection supports the nested listic collections also up to 5 levels. That already we know that as part of collections classes. Listic collection will be supporting to store the nested listic collections up to 5 levels. Now, so that here, for example, here it is having the 2 matching accounts are available, 4 matching contacts are available. So 2 matching leads are available and the 3 matching positions are available. How it is written? These 2 records how it can store in the form of list of account. These 4 records how it will store list of contact. These records how it will store list of lead. These records it will store in the form of list of the position. So, but all these records it is storing inside a outer list. So that it will be having list, and then in this case, all these collection records will be storing in the form of list of a subject type. So we need to figure it out over here. This is the first element. That means upon searching for this content, whatever the matching accounts are available, these are available in the first place, like as the element. So how can we get that element here? So we can able to collect from LST records dot get of 0, nothing but 0th index position. In this 0th index position, what we have? List of account records. How many? 2. So now it will be indicating that. But get method is going to be returning the result in the form of list of a subject type. So we have to convert into our own type here, list of account. And then store inside a collection over there. Store inside your collection wherever you want. So this collection data I want to store on my display on my Visual Force page. For that one, I'm preparing these collections. List of account. LSD. I'm indicating get answer. Public list of contact. I'm indicating LSD. Get answer. Public list of lead. LSD leads. Get answer. Public list of position. LSD positions. So I'm preparing this 4 collections inside my class level because these collections data I want to show on my Visual Force page. So here I'm going to be preparing this. Now, missing semicolon. So we'll see that. So now here in this case, it is going to returning that records over here. Now, so in this case here, I'm going to be returning collecting that records in the form of list of a subject. LST. Here I'm going to be preparing the objects right now. LST accounts equals to new list of account. LST contacts equals to new list of contact. LST leads equals to new list of LST positions equals to new list of position underscore underscore. So now here in this case, so what are the records that we have retrieved? I would like to store those records inside my collection here. So now it is going to be returning these records. The account records I want to store inside this. So now here in this case here, what are the first element? That means a first collection, that is account record, because your account object I have specified first. So that will be storing first over here. Now, second one, okay, the contact. So it will be indicating that. LST contacts equals to, we need to typecast list of contact. That will be available in the second position over here. LST records dot get of 1. Now, the third collection, list of lead. lst records dot get of. So where we can able to store this information inside this collection. LST. Next, LST positions equals to, I'm going to be converting over here. List of position underscore C. Records dot get of. So now here we are collecting the records over here. So why I'm giving this kind of format, let me explain.
Firoz,
For example,
can you explain get 0, get 1 thing again?
let me give me some time. I will be explaining right now. I'm going to be explaining that same point here. Now, for example, this is the query which I have prepared. So I'm searching for a particular content in the multiple objects. In account object also, contact object also, lead object also, position object also. So now this is the SOSL query which I have prepared right now. So now this is the SOSL query, okay, which I have prepared, for example. Now, so this is the SOSL query which I have prepared. I'm searching for this content, okay, in all these 4 objects. Suppose, for example, so now upon searching this content inside my account object, there are some matching records has been found. There are some contact matching records also have been found. Lead matching records, position matching records also has been found. How many? It has identified the 2 matching account records are available. 4 matching contacts are available. 3 matching leads are available. 6 matching positions are available. So in this case, what happened? Now, upon searching for this content inside this multiple object, so now what are the keyword that I have given? So with this keyword, 2 matching account records are available. 2 matching records are available here. 2 matching account records are available inside my account object. 4 matching contacts are there. 3 matching leads are available. 6 matching positions are available inside this. Now, so in this case, how it is storing this 2 records here? In order to store this 2 records, it is going to be using a collection, right? Yes, it is using this collection. It is storing in the form of collection. What is that collection here? These are account records. So list of account. These records will be storing inside a separate collection. 3 or 4 records will be storing in the contacts collection over here. It is storing in the form of a collection, list of contacts. And the 3 matching leads will be storing inside that list of lead collection. And the remaining 6 records will be storing in the form of list of position collection. Because if you want to store one record, we can define a single variable. If you want to store multiple records, we have to use list collection. So it is returning the 2 matching account records, so that to store that it is using list of account. Now, to store this 4 matching contacts, it is using list of contact. To store this 3 matching lead records, it is using list of lead. To store this 6 matching position records, it is using list of position. So now these will be storing where inside a separate list over here. These are storing inside a separate list collection. These are the elements over here. These will be storing where inside a separate list collection. These will be storing inside a separate list collection. So this is the list. These are the elements are there. This element will be having the index positions, right? Yes. What are the index positions of these elements over here? Now the first element will be 0. Second one will be 1. And the third one will be 2. Fourth one will be 3. So this is here. This is the internal concept. So in this case, what happened? These are the different types of elements are there. It will be treating in the form of list of a subject. So I am referencing this outer list. List of 0 means this list of account records it will written in the form of a subject type. So that I'm converting this as subject type of element into my own type by using that explicit typecasting. So this list of one. That means what here? One in the sense this is the second one. That means list of contact. That will be returning in the form of a subject type. So I'm converting into my contacts type here. Like that here we are going to processing these 4 elements. This is the internal concept. We have to follow additionally as part of your SOSL query. And the remaining content will be same. That means what? Once the data has been getting collected, stored inside the collection, then display this collection of records in your page black table. Simple concept. That's it. Done. Now, so let me place these records inside my page black table. I'm displaying this information. So for that one, I'm using Apex page black table. I'm indicating this value equals to LST accounts, where equals to ACC. Because these records are placed inside my collections. These are the collections, the actual records are available. These has been defined with the get and set. So I'm able to access that. I want to display on my user interface. So I'm defining that columns. Apex column value equals to ACC dot name. Apex column value equals to ACC dot rating. Apex column value equals to ACC dot industry. Apex column value equals to ACC dot annual rate. Apex column value equals to ACC dot type. Apex column value equals to ACC dot phone. Apex column value equals to ACC dot fax. Apex column value equals to ACC dot active status. I want to show how many number of records has been returned over here as a result. I want it to be this LST accounts dot size. I'm indicating this. Next, like the similar way, the matching contacts I want to show. LST contacts dot size. I want to show those contact records. Apex page block table. I'm indicating the collection. I'm indicating LST contacts. And the var keyword equals to C. I'm representing the content. Apex column value equals to contact dot. I'm indicating the first name. Contact dot last name. Contact dot title. Contact dot email. Contact dot phone. Contact dot fax. Contact dot mailing city. Like that. And like the similar way, I want to show the lead records. LST leads dot site. I want to show those lead records also. Apex page block table. I'm indicating that value. Value equals to specify the collection name where exactly the records are available. Var equals to empty. apex column value equals to ld dot. I want to indicate ld dot first name, last name, title, company, status, rating, industry, annual revenue, okay. These are the columns I want to show. Next, I want to represent that matching positions also. So that I'm indicating LST positions dot size. I want to show the records in the form of page block table. I'm designing a page block table. Page block table. I'm indicating the value keyword. Value equals to, I'm indicating LST positions, and the var equals to P. Simply we can give like as PYS. Apex column value equals to PYS dot. Position name I want to show. Position location I want to show. Maximum budget I want to represent. Milestone date. Milestone date I want to represent. And the HR contact number. I want to represent all these columns here. And inside my lead object, I did not query the column like as company, so that I'm indicating company also. Now let's see. That's it. Simple functionality. So now I want to call this method whenever the user click on the button control. Upon click on this button control, I want to invoke this method. Action equals to, I would like to specify the method name and then re-render. Which page blocks you would like to re-render, you can specify the page blocks. I am indicating, so ID equals to ACC block. For each and every page block, I'm giving an ID. ID equals to CON block, contacts block. ID equals to LD block. ID equals to POS block, positions block. I want to refresh all these parts. So that here upon click on this button control, I want to search for the records and then I want to refresh it. So now ACC block I want to refresh. CON block I want to refresh. LD block I want to refresh. I want to refresh that position block also. Now let's see. That's it. That. So now here I'm going to searching for the content over. Okay, I'm searching for the content which are matching with the specified keyword. Let's search for the content. I'm specifying some keyword, some apex. So whatever the keyword apex I have entered with this keyword, whatever the records are available in this account object, contact object, lead object, position object, those records I want to collect, I want to search. I want to show. Now click on search records. It has been searched the records here. One matching Okay, contact is available, which is having the keyword Apex. Suppose, for example, I'm searching for the content some test. Click on search records. It is searching for the content over here. There are some 7 matching accounts are available. 10 matching contact records are available, which are having the keyword test. And then 2 matching leads are available. The last name they have used is keyword test. In the position object, we don't have any records. Like suppose, for example, if the position record is also having the keyword test, let me show you that. How can we do? Let me go to one position record. Let me specify that keyword here. Now, instead of Java developer, I'm indicating like as some test developer or test engineer. Here also the keyword is used. Now, let's search for the content right now. Click on search records. It is searching for the content over here. 7 matching accounts, 10 matching contacts, 2 matching leads, 1 matching position record also available. So like that here we can able to search for the content also over here. Depends upon your requirement, we can able to search for the content also. Suppose for example here I'm using this account. Whenever I'm searching for this content, there are some 12 matching account records are available here. 11 matching contacts are there, and then 0 matching leads, 0 matching positions. So that we can able to search for the content in multiple objects also in one shot by using this single SOSL query. This is how we are using the SOSL queries in order to search for the content in multiple object records in one shot. Okay, that possibility is available. This is the concept of SOSL queries inside your Salesforce instance. Okay. So let me place this code. Now, so this is the way we are going to be implementing SOSL queries. So in tomorrow's session, we'll see some different features. Okay. So do the practice on these examples, SOSL query. Tomorrow we'll see some different features.